If you take a book like this has approximately 400 words on a page.
Right.
And so if you look at the screen of this television, on you'd need 3 screens like this to be the same as 1 page. So that's quite small. The 32,000 characters in here is about 12 pages in this book. So when you start talking about books, that 32,000 seems relatively small.
And that's obviously why you have to extend your storage capacity by using tapes or floppy disks, that kind of system.
Yes, the tape or this small floppy, that would handle about, at its maximum packing, its maximum amount it could store, would handle about a whole volume, the characters in a whole volume.
And this is about twice the diameter.
Yes, it's about double the amount of characters. That would hold about 1.2 million characters as a maximum.
Right. And for really big storage jobs, I suppose you need those really big hard disk memory banks, is that right?
Well, this one isn't one of the biggest. It's a sort of medium-sized machine, and this disc will hold about 80 of those novels, or the characters out of 80 of those novels.
That's not just one disc, is it? There are several.
No, there are 5 discs here, and the heads go in between to read the data, which is stored magnetically on those discs. And we can load it on the machine quite simply like this, bang, bang.
Oh, and there's the magnetic surface. In fact, it looks like magnetic tape, sort of laid out in the form of a flat gramophone record, almost.
Well, it's exactly the same principle, of course, but it's obviously much faster to access it, just like a gramophone record. You can pick an individual item of data out on it.
Right. Mind your thumb. And again, the bigger the machine, the bigger the storage capacity.
Yes, this particular machine, although not a very big mainframe machine, it has in fact got 1 million bytes of storage as opposed to the 32,000 that this little micro has. But the breakthrough is going to come with, I think, this, which is the video disc. And this will store the characters on this one disc that you'd need 3,000 books to store. And another way of putting it, for example, with cassette tape, it would require enough cassette tape to stretch from London to Chicago, and it would take 4 years to read that cassette tape.
The capacity to store the equivalent of 3,000 books is like the size of an encyclopedia.
Well, you'd actually get the whole of the Encyclopedia Britannica on this disc.
Well, let's just peep into the future for a moment, and we've got a little program lined up here, which could be the encyclopedia of the future. If I type in Space Shuttle, and there's your page of information. The book is open for you, and to make the page move so you can carry on reading it, all you have to do is press the space bar. What's more, this is something a video disc could do in the future. Not only do you have pages of written information, but if you typed in the word picture, and this is what you get. And make it move by doing that. But uses like that for the video disc are still a long way in the future.